You could easily mistake these for props from a sci-fi movie, until they actually start working. What looks completely ridiculous at first suddenly makes a lot more sense once you see what these machines are capable of. And the crazy part is, they're not futuristic concepts sitting in a lab. They're real camping technologies designed to work outdoors. Today, we're looking at 6 camping tech innovations that look fake until you see them work. You'll find links to every product in the description below. Sentigent Rovar X3. Imagine seeing this following you through the wilderness. Your first thought probably wouldn't be camping gear. It would be, what is that thing? That's the idea behind the Sentigent Rovar X3, an outdoor companion robot designed to move alongside you through light outdoor environments. And this isn't a robot that's simply rolling around on a perfectly flat floor. Rovar X3 uses a 2-wheel leg design with sensors and onboard computing to recognize its owner, maintain a following distance, and navigate outdoor terrain. It can recognize people around it, distinguish its owner from others, and even stop and wait when you stop. But the really interesting part is what happens when you stop treating it like a machine. Rovar can act more like an outdoor companion, following you on a walk, helping carry small items, and even capturing moments through its built-in camera. It also has obstacle perception designed for outdoor movement, including systems intended to recognize things like transparent obstacles. And because the robot performs processing locally, it is designed to remain functional even in weak or unavailable network conditions. That it's a bizarre sight. You walk through the outdoors, and this little machine simply follows. And somehow, the moment you see it actually moving with you, that strange design starts making a lot more sense. But if a robot can already rethink how we move through the wilderness, imagine what happens when camping's most familiar piece of equipment gets redesigned from the ground up. Portal Nomis One. A rooftop tent is supposed to be heavy, rigid, and anything but simple. The Portal Nomis One takes that entire formula and turns it upside down. Instead of building the tent around conventional rigid structures, it uses an inflatable air beam design. And once you see it inflated, it's hard to believe that the structure started out packed down into such a small form. Portal launched the Nomis One in July 2026 as its first inflatable rooftop tent, with a weight of about 45.8 pounds. The company says the design was developed to make rooftop camping lighter and easier than traditional rooftop tents. The clever part isn't simply that it inflates. It's what that changes. Traditional rooftop tents have to carry much of their structural support with them. With an inflatable architecture, the air beams become part of the structure once they're inflated. That means the same basic idea of a rooftop shelter can be approached from a completely different engineering direction. And visually, it's exactly the kind of thing that makes you stop and think, wait, that's a tent? That's the moment where something that looked almost too strange to be practical suddenly starts making sense. But camping technology isn't only changing the things we sleep in. It's also getting much better at understanding when we're actually there. Offscape CampLight Pro. A camping light shouldn't need to know you're there. This one does. At first glance, the Offscape CampLight Pro looks like another compact camping light. But that's where the ordinary part ends. Instead of simply turning on and throwing light across your campsite, this kind of camping technology is designed to sense the environment around it. The CampLight Pro uses wave sensing technology to detect presence, allowing the light to respond to people without relying on a basic physical switch. That means your campsite lighting can become less about, where did I put the flashlight? And more about, the campsite knows I'm here. Its concept also combines smart control with outdoor-friendly features such as solar charging, portable power functionality, and flexible mounting. And that's an important shift. We're no longer talking about making a camping light brighter. We're talking about making the light itself smarter. Because once your equipment can sense you, react to you, and operate more intelligently, camping starts feeling less like carrying a collection of separate objects, and more like setting up a small technology system. But sensing where you are is one thing. What if the technology could actually follow you? Beni, all-terrain camera robot. Forget carrying a camera into the wilderness. What if the camera could come looking for you? You've probably seen tracking cameras that follow people, but most of them are still attached to something. A tripod, a gimbal, a vehicle, or a person holding the camera. Beni doesn't need any of those. Beni is an all-terrain camera robot designed to move with you while filming the action. And this is where the whole idea starts sounding like science fiction. Beni can follow a moving subject, avoid obstacles, and capture 4K footage while keeping the camera pointed toward the action. It can also use different tracking modes and onboard processing for its core follow-and film functions. And it's surprisingly capable for something that looks small enough to fit beside your camping gear. Beni can travel at up to 17.9 miles per hour, navigate around obstacles, and even jump over difficult sections of terrain. If it tips over, its self-recovery system is designed to get it back into position. And that's what makes Beni so strange. It's not just a camera you carry into the wilderness. It's a camera that can actually come with you. But if your camera can move with you, what happens when another piece of camping gear starts doing far more than its original job? Trippsy Forever Cooler. This looks like a cooler, but calling it just a cooler seriously undersells what it's carrying. A normal cooler has one job: keep your food and drinks cold. Trippsy takes that familiar idea and turns it into something much more capable. It's an electric cooler designed around ice-free cooling and a built-in power system, combining cooling with a large battery and multiple ways to keep your campsite powered. And the numbers make it even more interesting. Trippsy advertises up to 1200 Wh of battery capacity, wireless charging, built-in power, electric cooling, and solar compatibility. That means your cooler isn't simply sitting beside the tent keeping your drinks cold. It can potentially help power phones, cameras, lights, and other camping equipment when you're away from the grid. So instead of thinking of it as a cooler with extra electronics, it's almost a portable power system that happens to keep your drinks cold. And that's exactly what makes it fit this list. Something completely familiar suddenly doing a job you never expected it to do. But the final innovation proves you don't even need electronics to make traditional camping equipment look futuristic. Cargo Container Fire Pit Max. A fire pit that goes from packed away to ready for a fire almost instantly sounds like a gimmick, until you actually watch it happen. A fire pit is about as traditional as camping equipment gets. You place it, assemble it, build the fire, and you're ready to go. The Cargo Container Fire Pit Max takes a completely different approach. It's a modular folding smokeless fire pit designed around rapid deployment. According to its July 2026 launch announcement, it can transform from its packed configuration into a full-size fire pit in about 1 second, without tools or complicated assembly. The clever part is what happens in that moment. When packed away, it doesn't immediately look like a full-size fire pit. Then you deploy it, and the entire structure is ready. Its design also focuses on cleaner combustion while keeping the fire pit practical for campers and overlanders. It doesn't need AI. It doesn't need an app. It doesn't even need complicated electronics. It simply takes a piece of camping equipment we've been using for generations and completely rethinks how it should be built. And that's what makes it such a fitting final pick. Sometimes the most futuristic-looking innovation isn't electronic at all. It's simply a smarter way of doing something we've always done. That's what makes these camping innovations so interesting. At first, some of these ideas sound almost ridiculous. But once you see them actually working, they suddenly make sense. That's where camping technology is heading, taking familiar camping gear and completely rethinking what it can do. Which one would you actually take on your next adventure? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed discovering these innovative camping technologies, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next collection of amazing gadgets and game-changing technology. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.